Well, I'm back. My name is Mario, and 20 days ago, I started the carnivore diet, and I just want to give you an update. I said I would give you an update in 20 days because I really didn't believe, honestly, that I was going to be on it and last even the 20 days, in all honesty. But I did, and it's just totally amazing. I don't believe it. I can't believe it, but I'm here. Um, I'm going to tell you in the end how much weight I actually lost in the 20 days and how much I weighed when I started. I'm in New York City, so everything's an emergency over here, right? Uh, uh, I've given myself a new name. I said if I can make the 20 days, I says I'm going to be Carnivore Mario, not Super Mario, Carnivore Mario. Oh man, this has been a ride and a half. I got to tell you, I had a lot of skepticism and apprehension about this diet. Of course, I was and listening, reading and listening to the pros and cons about the diet, uh, and the negative stuff too. I looked at everything, you know, uh, in a balance. I tried to anyway, and there was more positive things about the diet out there than negative. Uh, and I think a lot of the people that try to bang the diet or knock it, I mean, they've adapted to a lot of the information that we've gotten over the years, false information about nutrition uh, and the Food and Drug Administration, and them being in bed with the food industry. So let me get into that. And they made us buy all these products and stuff, and we thought we were buying them for one reason, just like uh, for instance, lard, right? You ever get a chance to read about lard, it's just mind blowing. Uh, and uh, hardening of the arteries and stuff, you know, really has nothing to do with lard. It's a vegetable oil when you heat it up to a certain degree, yeah. But, those older people, old generation knew exactly what they were doing. Um, but anyway, I'm hip to that. But for me personally, I've tried many diets. As I said before, this is my second video. And, I was on Dr. Heller's carbohydrate diet, where you would eat 2 meals a day without carbs, and then your last meal you can gobble up all the carbs you want to, and you got to do it within the hour. And that was a fiasco. Uh, it was just an excuse to overeat, and stuff like that. So it's the reward, it seemed great at the time, but it was just practicing, the same old thing. Uh, I cannot follow any diet plans. You know, uh, in the past, where you have to scale everything and measure things. I'm a bachelor, right? I live in New York, have my own apartment, and you know, uh, my son is married, and look, man, I'm not gonna be cooking like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the, chef, homeboy RD, right? I'm not homeboy RD, so I need something simple. I needed it, and the carnivore diet gave me simplicity that I needed. It was like a no-brainer. I didn't do the keto diet because I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for all those rewards. They got the keto. My supermarket, they got the keto aisle, uh, and stuff like that. And I see all the things that I could eat if I was on the diet. That's just not for me now. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I could see I would enable myself to say, this, I'm just talking for me now. I would just enable myself to say, well, it's keto, you know, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm the keto bandito, you know, I know me. Um, I know my habits. So one thing I said in my first video that um that I was gonna set myself up to win this time, right? I did. Because like I said, I don't want to talk about my eating plan to everybody because of basically the sabotage, knowing and unknowingly, they were sabotaging, or unbeknownst to them, they could sabotage your whole program. So, like if I'm just eating meat, like someone just told me last night, I was having a steak, and they said, "You're going to be eating meat for the rest of your life." So, you know, I said, "Look, I don't even know if I'm going to be alive tomorrow, man." I said, "Look, could I just eat this in peace? Come on, man." And they said, "Okay, okay, okay." No, 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 no. She was cool. She just was concerned about me, and a lot of people are. Where the veggies? Where the vegetables? You need the vegetables. You know, what's the matter with you, Mario? What's the matter with you? You know you need your nutrition. Sound like your mother, right? Eat all your vegetables on your plate, everything, because there's people starving in Africa. You know, you get that. So I set myself up to win. I don't want to talk about my eating plan really to anyone. I cut it short, and I decided, like I said in the first video, if I have a whole steak in front of me, or if I have a half a steak in front of me, a quarter steak in front of me, somebody wants to talk, hey, what you eat? I've already eaten. This is just a snack. So it looks like I'm just overeating or something, you know what I mean? So, and they will just move right on. That works, because my mind, the way I think, I look for, ways out. I'm looking for ways to win now, okay? Because for me, like I mentioned before, this is a matter of life and death for me because of the amount of weight that I carry, and that I put on. And I'm never really open about how much I weigh and all this stuff till now, because now I'm up there in age, and like I'm 63, right? Um, and I and I, my mobility, is getting cut down. Uh, and I watch like the programs on TV, my 600-pound life, and I look, and of course, you know, the part of my brain that says, well, you know, you're not there yet, Mario. Yeah, I will be, right? Or you compare yourself, and I know a lot of people identify with that. I'm not there, wow, oh my God. But I'm sure at one point they said the same thing. Um, so let me just tell you, the steaks, great. I had a problem at first because you couldn't basically put nothing on it. But listen, I'm not going to be like a what they call a carnivore Nazi. I mean, everything has got to be. Look, I'm eating the meat, okay? I'm eating it. So what I did was I got this sugar-free barbecue sauce, sugar-free steak sauce. It has no carbs. And I got it. And it's just what I do is just sprinkle a little bit on it after I bring it out. Bring a little just give it a little taste. I can stand it. It's nice and soft, and I eat it, and I feel satisfied, and I don't feel hungry. So it doesn't disrupt, you know, uh, the ketosis. That's the ketosis going on in my body. It's good. When I first started out, you know what I mean. I was, I had. They say you can have whipped cream. Oh yeah, that's nice. So I would get the 0-calorie whipped cream, from Cool Whip, not Cool Whip, Ready Whip. It's 0 calories, zero carbohydrates. So I was watching a basketball game the other day, and in the beginning, when the playoffs just started, I would just spray it in my mouth, shh, like it's your birthday. And that worked for a while. I said, well, I could do this. I could have a snack, and um, and it worked for a while. But then I went from 1 can to 2 cans, and then I looked at the calories. It's 15 calories per serving. See, I didn't look at that part. The 15 was in big letters, and the serving size was 32, right? So I said, there you go. So I said, that's a lot of calories. I said, damn. I said. So so I stopped buying it for now. If this is an occasion that's coming up and I know, people are gonna have cake and everything like that, maybe I'll get it and make me like a bowl of it. Something's better than nothing, but not all the time, you know what I mean? So I don't crave what I used to crave. The cravings are gone, and I pray that the cravings would dissipate somehow. They have. I'm not craving junk food, and believe me, when I watch TV, in the beginning, I just start reaching, even though nothing's there, and it's like, oh yeah, oh okay, no Doritos, none of that garbage. I like cookies, and midnight. I used to call out for midnight cookie or some was it? I forgot the name of that cookie place. You can call it 2 o'clock in the morning and get some milk. It's just New York. Uh, so I can't get that. And I found that my app, DoorDash, I see the summary, you know, and like I haven't been using them. For what? You know, that's been a blessing, you know what I mean? And I've been really making my own food. I keep packs of bacon, you know, and there's a lot of wonderful recipes. The guy had a recipe up there for bacon, ground beef in the morning, eggs, and a little mozzarella, right? You know, and it was like an omelet. I mean, I could dig that. I could go with that, you know. So, steaks, and pork chops, you know. I live, on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, so uh, they have a lot of Spanish cuisine here, Dominican and Puerto Rican cuisine, and they have the real juicy pork chops. And before I would take a slicing off the fat, I would do that before. So I said, wow, hell, I don't have to do that anymore. And it's I always wanted to eat that fat, right? And it's good. It keeps me from getting hungry, and making my eggs and out of butter. I always wanted to do that, but we always just skimped on that. But yeah, skipped on the butter, but then, I ate 2 hunks of cake, right? So, this is crazy. I feel great. I feel great. I'm not depressed. And if you look at my first video, I really was depressed. And I mentioned some things about, you know, um, I was desperate for something to work. And I have to say, I feel I have new energy. I mean, and you know what? I got some electrolytes, I straight up in the water. That gives me a boost. My mind, the fog has been lifted from my mind. I have a bunch of projects that I'm starting to complete now, and like that I procrastinated on, because if you're into food and everything like that, you feel like shit, right? You don't want to do anything. Uh, Start things and you don't finish them. But I'm actually picking up the phone because a lot of times if I don't feel good, if I'm eating, and my eyes glaze over, I just look at the phone like I don't want to talk. You know what I mean? Really, because you feel like shit. You're gonna pull the covers over your head. I haven't felt like that, and I know I had lost a lot of weight, and I felt it. I felt I lost weight, in the 20 days. I just felt it. So I said, I don't know. I just was moving a little snappier, and I said, wow, I lost some weight here. But I waited, to the 20th day, to actually get the final, you know, total. But I want to give a shout out to my friend Andy. Um, Andy lives in my building, right? And he's this Taiwanese fellow that I met many years ago, and he's my friend. And he's always been getting at me about the health. He always has something, some good information he brings to me, and I usually look at it. Sometimes I don't, but he sent me some videos on the carnivore diet uh, 18 days or 22 days ago. And I was looking at the videos and I was looking at more videos. And then I told him, I said, listen, I'm on it. And I know he was a little stunned, Andy. I know when you see this video, he was like, because I did it because I was, I had no way out, you know. It came right at time. It was just like it was the answer to what I was looking for, a solution, a key. So I want to thank you, Andy, for that. And, uh, and I think Andy's on it too, right? I think he started. I got to call him, but I have an old scale here. I've had since 2014. It's an industrial scale. I paid a lot of money for it. Yes, it weighs up to 1,000 pounds, and I was on these yo-yo diets, so I mean, it had dust on it. I had it in a room, one of my storerooms. I dragged it out and I dusted it up. I weighed myself on the date I made the video 20 days ago. But in the video, I didn't tell you how much I weighed because a lot of times I'm a private person. I don't like to share that, but I have to put some gratitude in my attitude, and I really have to share it because I felt so good today. So I'll tell you what I weigh and what happened. Uh, uh, when I weighed myself 20 days ago, I weighed 505 pounds. Okay. I weighed myself today, I was 474 pounds. So that's a grand total of 31 pounds in 20 days. Now, I ain't never lost that type of weight, not like that. I was on a fast one time and I lost 28 pounds in 30 days, but I was eating nothing. And this was, you know, commensurate to that. It was like wow. So I know a lot of it's water, they say it's a lot of it's, waste and whatever, but no, a lot of it is inches and poundage too. I mean, my God, just it's amazing. It really is, man. Basically this diet or this eating plan, I like to call it eating plan, it goes along with science, the science of your body, you know, just like all these connections more than listen to it, the parts of the world we live in and the atmosphere, and the pressure and the weather, you know what I'm saying, and who we are and the balance of the earth. It has a lot to do with, the way our bodies work metabolically. But a lot of times we don't listen to that. You know what I'm saying? We just, oh, I just have to just strain this and, less potatoes but there's a science to this thing, you know, and the uh, the insulin and you know ketosis is all in the balance of your body. It works in conjunction, also with your mind too. I sit back, I tell you, this is really crazy. I mean, I'd be like, why am I not thinking about this junk food or stuff? And I'll go 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours without eating. But I'll tell you something that's key. Um, this is no joke. It's water. I drink it at room temperature because I don't really like ice water. I drink more at room temperature. I guzzle it. And it's essential in constipation. Now, I had that the other day, and I swear, you know, I needed some type of a jackhammer or a power driver because I just, then, oh, you have all the meat stuck in you, Mary. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I really was, I know it sounds gross. I gotta, but let me tell you, that's the thing that made me like, oh shit, it's not happening, and then, I read, the doctor said, don't worry about it. That will balance itself out. Drink water, because we were always told fiber, fiber, fiber. Drink water, water, water. And then it loosened all the matter. And then it came loose. So that was good. I'm not uptight, but I was scared about that, so uh, whatever. So uh, I'm not looking for excuses to stop this anymore. I don't care what someone says to me. I don't care, what I read or what I see. I'm gonna act like I'm in a cult. Okay, I'm gonna act like I'm in a cult. I don't want to hear nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going ahead day by day. And I'm gonna give respect to this food too. You know what I'm saying? Because food is very powerful. You know about the subliminal messages and everything, and muting the TV with the commercials. They're powerful. I have to mute them. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to see the cheese sliding off no pizza. I don't want to see none of that. Okay? I don't. Change the channel. I don't want to hear the jingles. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear. They're very powerful. Subliminal. So I don't. And they're crafted. For you, for us. You know. So I really trying to win this time. So that's, I guess that's the theme, to win, to set yourself up to win. Okay, and you're going to hear me say that over and over again. I've set myself up to lose so many times, all of us. So, like I said, replace the club with a feather. Heard that somewhere before, uh, from the Bills, perhaps. But this worked out. I'm very proud of myself, and uh, it it wasn't as bad as I thought. So if anyone's listening to this and they think that it's going to be like, I mean, terrible, you're gonna have a terrible, terrible experience, get it out of your mind. Everyone, I'm not gonna say it in the first few days or the first week, you're not gonna go through hell, because you probably are. Because your body lets you know. I mean, one night I was in a bed and I snuck in the bed, you know what I'm saying, and everything. I said everything, and my body said, "Hey, you forgetting something?" And it didn't say it nice either. You forgetting me? What's going on? And then I couldn't sleep. I was sweating, and I called my friend Andy and I told him that. I said, "Man, I had a terrible night. It's because it's used. Put something in my body. You know what to do, Marion. If you don't have it in the fridge, get your phone, baby. Get your phone. Call one of DoorDash. You better get somebody over there. And that's New York. New York never sleeps. New York is the place that you can get a sandwich at 4 in the morning, and I mean a good sandwich too, right? So, and uh, and that's one of the problems too during the pandemic. I continue to use that app. I mentioned that in my first video. I continue to use that app like food was going out of style. Like, it was just ridiculous. And it's so convenient. But my bills are not going to be so high. Um, Chuck steak is the easiest thing for me to get. I haven't tried the ribeye yet. I'll get to that, but right now it's easy for me just to prepare as a bachelor, just to prepare it, throw it in the pan, stir fry it, and that's it. Uh, and that's it. And pork chops, and but now that's basically what I'm doing. Tomorrow I'm gonna have chicken. Probably half a chicken for lunch, as much as I can eat, and save the other half for dinner, or leave it in chopped up and I can snack on it. And also, my friend Andy gave me a suggestion, and it works, to fry some bacon up on the side, put it like in a container, pieces in case you get hungry, right? This will be better than relapsing, going out, and just saying shit, and just take some bacon and nibbles. I had taken some with me when I went outside the other day, about 4 or 5 strips, and I was outside in the sun, and I was doing what I was doing, and then I just felt a little bit fatigued, a little bit, 2 or 3 strips. I had the taste of meat in my body. It was just like protein, and I was good to go. It was good to go to dinner. So that was like a snack that I can have, you know what I mean? But I had it on hand, because, and I'm gonna say this last thing, I was looking at some of the menus, right, on DoorDash or the restaurants. They don't cater to us, man. Whatever you want to get bacon and eggs, man, they got, the bagel with it, the combination. They have the hash browns, right? The whole nine, usually in a bagel form, bacon, egg, and cheese, and all this stuff. So sometimes it's hard for me just to find, about not cooking. Yeah, I just want bacon and egg, sausage and egg, and I want to get the 3 eggs, you know what I'm saying, and maybe, 2 or 3 big sausages or 2 sausages is good if I get outside. But look, I'm doing it, right? And so far, so good. And I have to share that with you. I wanted to share it with you. And 20 days later, I'm here. This is Carnivore Mario. And I want to thank you again. And I will see you in another 20 days. Bye-bye.